turning ever, that's where the old folks stay. All up and down the whole creation, sadly I roam, still longing for the old plantation and for the old folks at home.
All right. Hello there, boys and girls. Hello, boys and girls, dads and moms. Hello, it is I, Mr. Tom of the Home Video Variety Show. Thank you for joining us yet again. It is a Friday, a beautiful Friday morning here. And I hope that you are doing well wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not familiar with our channel, this is the Home Video Variety Show, and we make music and we talk about poetry and we try to talk about good books and even teach you a little bit about music as well, okay? And some of our, I should say, a lot of our fans probably know us from our classical conversations videos that we make. So if that's you, yes, that's how most people tend to know us. However, though, right, we've made, just like you saw, we've made many folk videos as well. And so we just love to celebrate things that are good. Anyway, thank you again so much for joining us. As you know, I'm not going to even hold back right now. Let you know I'm very excited. We do have a special guest that will be doing a video presentation for us. Dr. Sonia Amin. She's been a friend of mine for a very long time. Her and her family have known them for a while. And they are going to be joining me. I should say she, well, her and Malachi, they're going to be joining me to talk about, now, Dr. Sonia, she has written 2 children's books, and the first of which she's going to talk about today. But before we get on to her, I have a question for you boys and girls. As you know, I usually like to start out with a question. Now, this question for you is something for you to think about. You can write it in the comments if you want to, but for most of you, that's okay. You don't have to. You can talk about, you can think about it in your own mind. You can talk about it with the friends that are around you, your family around you. And that question is this: what would you do if you could time travel? If you could just get into a time machine, a real one, where would you go? What would you do? Hmm. That's certainly quite a question, isn't it, right? There's so many places you could go. I know for many of my followers here that you really love your history. It's something American history, world history, Roman history, right? Some of you maybe like to travel back and see different battles or see, ooh, maybe you want to take a trip on the Titanic. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not the Titanic. Oh, do you want to go and see dinosaurs? Maybe there's something you'd like to go and do that. Um, maybe. How about sometimes I think it would be neat to go and go to Washington D.C. at the time when Abraham Lincoln was president, because it was said that he would just walk around the town and and talk to people. That would be pretty neat to meet Abraham Lincoln and to ask him any questions or see how tall he really is. Well, as you're thinking of your answer, I just want to remind you that you can sort of travel in time by reading. Oh, I know. Here I go. By reading books. That's right. Yes, you can watch the movies and films sometimes that come out about historical events. The only problem with sometimes, in order to sell it to a modern audience, they sometimes change things in the actual story. Either they make it different than what it was, or they just we tend to put our modern values and we look at like historical events. We try to blend the two, and they do that to they can kind of sell the movie and make it still popular to a big audience. But to really get to know people from the past and to feel like you traveled to them and have spoken with them is to read what they wrote. Don't read about what somebody wrote about them, like in a read those too. Those are great, dictionaries or encyclopedia. But many famous people, they have written about themselves. They've written what they've thought about. They have diaries and entries, even as early as I think some great kings of King Darius of Persia. He kind of like he wrote about himself. But I know like Theodore Roosevelt, President Theodore Roosevelt, he wrote many great books, and you can literally read what he said, and makes it feel like you've had a conversation with them, and it helps you to appreciate and know history a little bit better, like you've been in a time machine. Anyway, well, thank you, and I wonder what your question, what your answer to that question was. Again, if you want to write in the comments, you can, but you don't have to. Okay, let us hear from before we hear from Dr. Sonia, let us hear from Grandpa. We're out there. I think he's out there
Hey
somewhere.
there, everyone. Hello, Mr. Tom. Hello. Why,
Hey, Grandpa.
yes, I'm
Yes.
here. And
Who's your friend?
yes, I do have a friend
Yes.
here next to me. Why, he does look like a penguin. Yes. Are you enjoying being here, way down here in the. Wait a minute. Wait, you're from Antarctica. That's right. Penguins you'll usually find not in the North Pole, but down at the South Pole. So I should say,
Yeah, that's true.
welcome. Welcome to the Great North. That's right, since you've probably traveled so far. An Emperor Penguin. Well, Your Highness, it is an honor to meet you, Mr. Emperor Penguin. Yes. Well, around here, they call me the King. That's right, the King of jokes. Like this one. Help! Help! I have food stuck in my throat. I was just choking.
That's
Pretty good, eh? Well, tell me there, Mr. Emperor Penguin, since you know so much about animals, since you are one, can you tell me what are some parts of an animal cell? Oh yeah. Do you know?
Cell.
Cell. Yeah. Well, that's part of the animal cell.
I don't think he knows.
How about well, there's what are some parts of an animal cell? Nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole, mitochondria, cell membrane. You know the last one? It's got a funny name. No.
Golgi body.
Yeah.
There we go. Golgi bodies.
Golgi bodies. Isn't that a funny word? Golgi. Do you just want to say that 5 times fast? Golgi, 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 Golgi. Was that more than 5? You try saying it. Golgi.
He doesn't
Okay, well, I tell you what, this is a little bit of a disappointment. You get a friend here to answer your questions, and, well, let me tell you about the time I took my family on vacation to Philadelphia, and we went to see the Liberty Bell. It was a huge disappointment. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Should have known that was going to be a joke.
You like that? Yep, it's a Liberty Bell, and it's got a crack in it.
does.
Yeah, all right. Well, remember, boys and girls, before you go, always be kind to your dentist. After all, he has fillings too. Get filling from your
All
dentist.
right.
And your dentist probably has fillings. Well, anyway, all right, everyone.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Thanks, Mr. Emperor, Your Royal Highness Penguin. Thank you for being here. And thank you, boys and girls. And thank you, Mr. Tom. Enjoy your beautiful autumn day like we are.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful.
Right. Good. Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you for your jokes. Yes, the Liberty Bell has a crack at it. Well, okay. Listen, I want to remind you, I have totally forgot when I gave my little intro, boys and girls. So we're gonna have Dr. Sonia Amin come and well, she's gonna be speaking to you guys, and I want to let you know that you can get her book for free. Yes, you can. We're doing a raffle here. I'm going to put this up right here. If you want to scan this QR, sorry, children, get your mom or dad to scan this QR code, and it will put you in a raffle for Dr. Sonia Amin's book, Bax and His Bubbles. So starting right now, we'll start the entry right about now, I guess, when this, and then on Sunday, I'll leave this going because sometimes people watch these live streams throughout the weekend. So on Sunday, around 3 o'clock, it'll finish out, and we'll pick a winner, and we'll mail you a copy of Bax and His Bubbles. Anyway, so that's the giveaway. I'll be posting more about that later today. But anyway, let's see now. Okay, now I have, what did I want to do next? Let's see. Let us go right to Dr. Amin herself. Okay, and she has a special message for you guys. All right, are you ready? Without further ado, Dr. Sonia Amin, let's hear from you.
Hi, boys and girls. My name is Miss Sonia, and I am so delighted to be with you today.
Hello.
I love what Mr. Tom is doing here on the Home Variety Show. I mean, between Mr. Phil, Grandpa, and all the friends, it's so much fun around here, right? Well, today I wanted to share a Bible verse with you from Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. And I actually have my son, Malachi, who has volunteered to read it for us. He's actually going to read it from the Faith Builders Bible, and this is the New International Reader's Version. Thanks, Malachi.
Finally, my brothers and sisters, always think about what is true, think about what is noble, right, and pure. Think about what is lovely and worthy of respect. If anything is excellent or worthy of praise, think about those kinds of things.
Thanks, Malachi. I love this verse because this verse has really helped me in how I choose to think. Did you know that research has shown that we have over 6,000 thoughts that run through our mind every day? Some say even more than that. Well, sometimes those thoughts might be happy, sometimes those thoughts might be sad. And then if we're really honest with ourselves, sometimes those thoughts might be even mean, right? Well, I wrote a children's book based on this scripture from Philippians, and it's called Bax and His Bubbles, all about a kid and his thoughts. And in this story, the little boy named Bax, he learns to choose what thought bubbles to keep and what thought bubbles to let go, right? And we know, based on the scripture, that we need to focus on those thoughts that are true, right? Thoughts that are kind, because, right, noble, lovely, admirable, those are things that are kind. And finally, thoughts that are excellent. These are the types of thoughts that we can then speak and act on, right? Well, I hope that you get to check this book out. You can find it online on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com, but you can actually just go to your local library. I know our local library carries it, and if yours doesn't, you can simply ask your librarian. You can say, how do I request this book be carried by our library? And they will be able to tell you exactly how that process works. Well, I hope this book and this verse truly encourages you to know that you can stop to think and you can honor God with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, kids.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sonia Amin. Again, she's she's authored this book. She has also authored a second book as well. I'll show you a picture of that. When Love Flows, The Beauty of Encouraging Others. And she is such a great person just to know as well. And her family is terrific. Her husband, her two sons, they're a wonderful family. And I've known them a very long time, have served with them in children's ministry before, and they are just a great family. And I have to tell you that it is so true what she said. We have to guard what is in our minds and in our hearts. Uh, the things that we are thinking about, they really do affect us. The things that we look at get into our minds, and that's what they think. That's what we think about. And it's funny actually. Sometimes even in this season of technology that we have, I always want to remind you, children, to make sure that you are protecting your minds, of course, with what you see. But I want to encourage you, children, to make sure that you are thinking. Period. Thinking, because when we have all these devices nowadays, right? Have you seen your parents use one of these before? I certainly do, and it is rather addicting to just kind of keep looking at things, and things just kind of keep entertaining you, and it's it is a problem, and often we forget to even just think for ourselves, and so we are hoping with many of the good books that you read and many of the things that you do at your home, away from a screen, with your own imagination, let them be, as Dr. Mead said, let them be good things, right? That's where we want to start out with. Anyway, okay, well, speaking of some other great literature, let us hear from Jimmy.
Hey everyone! Hello there, boys and girls.
Jimmy, are you there?
Are you ready for some poetry? Are you ready, Mr. Alligator? Okay, great, because here we go. You're gonna love these. We have a bunch of poems today. Yeah, they're little ones. They're called limericks. Little rhymey ones that are written by Edward Lear. So you're gonna like this one. Here we go. There was a young lady from Niger who smiled as she rode on a tiger. They returned from the ride with the lady inside, and the smile on the face of the tiger. Yeah, what do you think about that? The tiger ate her. Yeah, shocking. Okay, how about this one? There was a young man from the city who met what he thought was a kitty. He gave it a pat and said, "Nice little cat." And they buried his clothes out of pity. You know what? That wasn't a cat. That was a skunk. Yeah, that's what he called a stinky skunk. Okay, here's the last one. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." Isn't that a good one? Well, boys and girls, again, you can always memorize poems.
You could impress your friends.
There's a couple of great books to do it, but those are 3 limericks by Edward Lear. Look him up sometime at your local library. Are you making fun of me, Mr. Alligator? Well, I guess when you have a lot of teeth, you can kind of do what you want.
True.
Well,
all right, Jimmy.
Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Jimmy. All right. Now, besides, okay, actually, I'll just keep this right up here on the screen so you can still do the giveaway if you want. Anyway, yes. So if you ever would like to write to us or write to Jimmy or Grandpa or anybody, please feel free to write us a letter. We actually have, if you want to work on your physical writing skills, not just in email, not just typing, which is also very helpful also in the modern world, but if you'd like to actually write down a letter, we get letters frequently, I'd say, throughout the year. People, and sometimes they draw us pictures, but you always can. You can write a letter to P.O. Box 520-971, Longwood, Florida, 32750. If you'd like to greet everyone or tell us about yourself or do a little presentation on something you enjoy or a book that you've read that you really would like to tell us about or want us to recommend to others, or if you just have a question just about us in general, like, Mr. Tom, what is all those books behind you, or anything you want to know, we would be delighted to, and we will write you back. Of course, we always write back all of our friends. Okay, well, we're going to get on now to the musical portion of our morning. Again, we like to kind of move along here because we don't want to take up too much of your time. Like we say, we don't want you on a screen. No, real life is so much better and more true. But before I join Mr. Phil and we sing some of the classical conversation songs, I am not going to sing a French song this time. I think he got me to do it last week, but we're not doing French this week. He likes that song. I'm not sure. Anyway, let us review some of our musical notes if you know these, okay? And if you weren't here last week, well then here's a treat for you, boys and girls. Do you know what this is? Why, yes, Mr. Tom, it is a circle and 5 lines. Yes, very good. What type of note? What type of note is that? Would you call that? I can't really hear you, but I'll just answer you. It is a whole note, and you hold it for 4 beats. Okay, if you see this, oh, looks very similar, but that is not a whole note. That's a half note, and you hold it for 2 beats in 4/4 time. But we'll just stick with that. And this one is a quarter note, and you hold it for 1. That's right, 1 beat. And here is the final one. An eighth note. And an eighth note is held for half a beat. And there it is. That is an eighth note. It has a little flag on it. So when you see music like this and you wonder, what on earth are all those little dots and lines? Well, for some of you that are pretty young, start to get familiar with music and reading music, because it is a wonderful way to well, look at this. A mighty fortress is our God. It's a wonderful way to talk about truth, is through music. All right. Well, now I'm going to join Mr. Phil. Are you ready out there? All right, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I am going to go out there and join him. We're going to sing some songs, and then we'll come back here and we'll be done. All right. Okay, let's see where it's.
Hello there, boys and girls. What is going on? Welcome to the musical portion of our live stream. And to you, I say, yo! Now,
Yo.
don't think I'm using the vernacular of the peasantry. No, I'm not. I'm actually saying, yo, Johann Sebastian Bach. That's what I mean when I say yo. Do you know who Johann Sebastian Bach is? Oh, you should if you don't. Yes, he is a composer. How many of you knew that one? Yeah, you know some of his famous works? Like Toccata and Fugue? Anyway, there are many great Bach songs. But I have a question for you, though, boys and girls. Do you know how many children Bach had? Do you know how many he had? It wasn't 10, and it wasn't 2, and it wasn't 18. Oh, hey, Mr. Tom.
Hello.
Do you know how many children Bach had?
He had 12? 21?
Wasn't
20. He had 20.
20.
And it wasn't.
Can you believe that? I mean, they must have been everywhere.
Wow. I don't think most of them
springing up
they
all
did-
over the place like rabbits.
like weeds.
Like flowers.
Ah,
like flowers.
like flowers.
Wait, I'm gonna segue here. Just let me segue.
Okay.
Okay, like, what are some parts of a flower? Does anybody know the answer to that question? Well, you will if you listen to this song.
Yes, you will.
What are some parts of a flower? Some parts of a flower are petal, stamen, and the pistil, sepal. Petal, stamen, and the pistil, sepal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. What are some parts of a flower? Some parts of a flower are petals, stamen, and the pistil, sepal. Petals, stamen, and the pistil, sepal. La da 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 la da da la da 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 da. What are some parts of a flower? Some parts of a flower are petals, stamen, and the pistil, sepal. Petals, stamen, and the pistil, sepal. La da 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 Ooh, like that?
I like it.
Okay,
And I
here's
like the
another one
segue
about
we did.
plants. How
Yeah.
about some leaf shapes? Do you know
Oh,
what
okay.
some leaf shapes are?
Yeah.
Linear, oval, lobed,
Yeah.
cleft, scale-like, needle-like.
Remember, keep it slow. Remember to keep it slow.
What are some leaf shapes?
Ah.
Linear, oval, lobed, cleft, scale-like, needle-like. What are some leaf shapes? Linear, oval, lobed, cleft, scale-like, needle-like. What are some leaf shapes? Linear, oval, lobed, cleft, scale-like, needle-like. What are some leaf shapes?
shapes. Man, you know, that was so
let's
cool,
see.
Mr. Tom, when we heard from Sonia and got to hear about her book.
Yes, it
And
was.
that was just
Yes.
so really
Yeah.
neat. We really love having
Yeah.
special guests with us. That was
Yeah.
really neat. We're about,
Yeah.
you and I are about as special as it gets around here.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, and Jimmy and Grandpa too, right? They are pretty special. Anyway, so having
them
somebody
too.
else to just throw in has just been wonderful. And man,
Yeah.
anybody else out there is some kind of expert? Let us know. We'll have you on, right? Maybe you're an expert
yeah.
in the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah.
How's that for another segue? I've been working on these all week. Okay. Remember this one?
Byzantine Empire, Constantinople, Rome, Athens, Ephesus, Antioch. Byzantine Empire, Constantinople, Rome, Athens, Ephesus, Antioch. Byzantine Empire, Constantinople, Rome, Athens, Ephesus, Antioch. Byzantine Empire, Constantinople, Rome, Athens, Ephesus, Antioch.
You always get the
Woo,
under
that was cool. Hey, you know, I didn't get any recommendations or I didn't get any requests from anyone this week. So again, I just want to let you know, boys and girls, if there's a song that you like of ours, from anywhere, from Cycle 1, 2, or 3,
Yeah.
or from our folk albums, or maybe some
Yeah.
of our Advent songs, whatever.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
and
it's
you
a
wanna
song
hear
to
it
come.
from our
It's
very
true.
own selves on a live stream.
Yeah.
Let us know. Drop it in the comments or put it on a video or something.
Actually,
Be
it's
like,
true.
I'd love to hear this at a live stream.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we'll totally like,
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally play it.
Yes.
Something like. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Mr.
Okay,
Phil, we gotta
let's
keep it
do,
short. We have to keep it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need to keep this short.
Yes.
We're gonna keep it
Yeah.
short. Okay.
Yes.
Let's
Remember,
do,
because we have a special guest today. So
Japan.
we're really
no,
happy.
well, not Japan yet. Let's finish out with Japan. Let's do the one about the Egyptians.
Egyptian Empire.
Egyptian Empire, Egyptian Empire.
Egyptian Empire on horses.
Not on a horse, on a camel. Oh, Egyptian Empire, Egyptian Empire. Okay, one more time. So I'm feeling Egyptian Empire, Egyptian Empire, Egypt Nile River, up below Egypt Nile River Delta. Egypt Nile River, up below Egypt Nile River Delta. Egyptian Empire, Egyptian Empire, Egypt Nile River, up below Egypt Nile River Delta. Egypt Nile River, up below Egypt Nile River Delta. Yeah. That was rocking. That was fun. I like
That's
that
good.
song a lot. Okay,
I think I had a
and
good group
one
going.
more, similar
Yeah.
key, Japan. Let's
Okay.
see. Tokyo, Kyoto, Mount Fuji, Sea of Japan, Pacific Ocean. Tokyo, Kyoto, Mount Fuji, Sea of Japan, Pacific Ocean. Japan. Tokyo, Kyoto, Mount Fuji, Sea of Japan, Pacific Ocean. Tokyo, Kyoto, Mount Fuji, Sea of Japan, Pacific Ocean.
Japan.
Well, we should do a
Anyway, all right. Well, that concludes our song time, right? We're gonna keep it short. Yes, we are.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Mr. Tom.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have to give a
Yeah.
book recommendation.
No, I
because you
don't.
already heard
No,
about a really
'cause-
great book, Back and His Bubbles.
Yes, we did. Yeah,
And
back
that
to
was
the
so
bubble.
awesome of Sonia to visit us. And Malachi too. That was
And
pretty
Malachi,
sweet.
yeah, it was cool to see him. I
Anyway,
know, it's
all right,
All
boys and girls. So don't forget that fact. Bach, he had 20 children. Woo! And listen to a Bach song this week. And let us know if there's any songs you would like us to play in this little session. Okay? Cool.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for hanging out with us for the past for the past few minutes. I guess it's been about 30 minutes. We try to keep these at about half an hour long. Sorry if I think I want to apologize to those that are on Instagram. Well, I guess if you're Instagram, you're not watching this. We tried to get it to stream over there, but sometimes the software doesn't like to connect. So anyway, so sorry about that if you had to switch over to Facebook or YouTube. But we do this every Friday. Every Friday. We'll probably take a break, I assume, the day after Thanksgiving. I don't think I'll be doing this. You guys take time with your family and set up a Christmas tree or do the things you're doing. So anyway, that won't be next week though. Next week we'll still be back here and we'll talk about some great books. But again, let me put this up one more time, and throughout the weekend. And I think some of you looks like a bunch of people have already signed up for the giveaway. And yes, peaceful. Please be encouraged I want to encourage you guys to sign up for that. It's Bax and His Bubbles. That's the author that we heard today. You can have a free copy mailed to you. If your name is pulled, if you live in the United States. So go ahead and check that out. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Sonia Amin, for joining us as well. That was wonderful. And Malachi, and of course, on behalf of all of us here, Mr. Phil, and Jimmy and Grandpa and all of our friends, thank you guys so much for watching us today and taking time out of your day. But also, we hope that we take this time, boys and girls, to remind you of the good things, and we hope we encourage you to you'll hear a song like a folk song, what is that song, Way Down Upon the Swanee River, and it gets stuck in your mind, and then you'll research it, and then it teaches you about the past, or through many great books and through many great arts, great literature. That is what we encourage here on our home video variety show, where we look to educate, entertain, and encourage, and the good stuff, the great stuff. And so anyway, boys and girls, make sure that you are serving your family, your dad and your mom, your siblings. Make sure you're honoring them, because that is what honors God, and that's the most important thing. All right. Well, you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and